Yo, 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 out of the darkness. What's up, y'all? What up? Um, yeah, it's a little interesting, y'all. Come on in. Let's talk about this. All right, talk about the things that they're scared to talk about. Right, y'all in the building. What's up? Who's all here? Jag is obviously here. Auntie Leah's in the building. What's good?
Oh, I was here and then I I got bumped out and now I'm back. So hey, what's going on?
You got bumped out. That's interesting.
Well,
Wow.
no, I showed up early. I was waiting. So
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I just technical difficulties on my end, but I got here. I'm here,
yeah.
and I said, yeah, let's just get it. Let's just get it. Let's get it. I wanted you to
Let's
weigh in
get it.
on this developing topic, this developing case. We ain't got to rush right into it, but you know how I do. I'm gonna start changing the way I do my format because I got a bunch of people talking about they don't like the way I. You don't like the way I kick shit. You can get the 643 wheeling mobbing to the picnic. Y'all know this
Salute
is
to Auntie
Wolfgang set in the
Leah.
West.
And this is
Auntie
Jaguar
Lee in the
Wright.
building, Lauren speaks, and this Jaguar
Brett
right in the building.
7138 is in the building. Archangel
Mm-hmm.
Michael is here. Hey
Yep.
Cat.
Cat,
Good to see
we're
everybody.
gonna get
Please
into it.
don't forget to like on your way in and make sure you subscribe.
Yeah, please, please. The usual suspects in the building. Appreciate everybody. Y'all already know we go in and we ain't playing. So we've already touched up on the topic of the Demoria Hadley lawsuit. And earlier this week, we talked about, or what I know, late last week, we
Yeah.
talked about the fact that pretty much most of the litigants that were involved in her case, they all settled. For those who
Yeah.
don't know, for those who don't know who Demoria Hadley is, let's just break it down real brief. Demoria Hadley is the daughter of Rock Nation CEO Desiree Perez. Desiree Perez has been accused of a bunch of stuff that she had did to her daughter. False imprisonment. What else? I mean, I don't have the case right in front of me, but there are a lot of things that she was accused of.
Well, you let me know when you want me to tap in.
Of course, tap in whenever. This would be a good time for you because I'm sitting there like it was so many things that she did I can't even remember. Refresh my memory.
Well, unlawful surveillance is one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We also have, the unlawful detainment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she was hospitalized against her will.
Yes. Yeah.
Uh, we can't even, I mean, there's just so much. There were three arrests.
Yeah.
Demoria wasn't the only one detained. She was detained and put in a mental institution. Her husband was detained and put in jail on
Yeah.
more than one occasion.
Yeah.
Uh, they've been gaslit. They were being surveillanced. They had video cameras in their bedroom. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Demoria's phone had been hacked into and cloned.
And
They were
cloned and
implanting messages. She had been evaluated without her consent by a doctor posing to be someone else. There was a lot. There was a
yep, it
lot.
was. An anonymous one. You got one more. Oh, you was already time. Cat. I ain't mad at Cat. Shout out to Cat. I was gonna give him one. I was gonna give him one more chance, like Biggie.
Oh, Biggie, give me one more chance.
We got them
Ooh.
snipers in the building. You didn't know. Yeah, what Jag said was on point and exact as far as what all the stuff that had happened. If you guys are not familiar with what happened, you can go to the Jaguar Wright show and well wait, no, wait. Is it on the Jaguar Wright show? I think it is. All of the yeah, all of the it was on. I put them all on the Jaguar Wright show because that's the channel that the Rock Nation CEO struck and took. So it is on the Jaguar Wright show. It's a series called Defending Your Freedom, and it talks about everything that had happened in that case that
Yeah.
Demoria Hadley is going to trial for against the Rock Nation CEO's uh, Desiree Perez. Talks about
Wait,
everything. The it has body cam footage, police, like it has a lot. It has a lot. Go ahead, Jack.
no, I was gonna say we're talking like a 7 year long silent campaign to shadow her life,
Yeah.
control her life, gaslight her life, control her life choices, and remove her from the love of her life, who she had been with ever since the ninth grade in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
those two have been together about what, 15 plus years now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a long it's been just a long journey for them to get to where they had got. They reached out last year, shoot, around this time last year, and wanted to get the story out before Demoria Hadley was sanctioned and gagged, essentially, from
Yeah.
speaking to anyone about it. So you already know what the whole thing was about that. They're just really trying to,
Control the narrative.
yeah, clamp down on this story, this information. It looks really bad. That's why all the other litigants said, "Hey, let's just settle," because they know they were in the wrong. Now, who we're talking about with litigants, the other litigants, we have most
Dr.
notably
Bober.
Dr. Daniel Bober. He was the person. In fact, he's tied to another celebrity. Well, he's tied to a hospital, a mental facility where another celebrity just happened to be. I'm not going to say the celebrity's name, but the hospital is called Life Skills, and that's where Demoria Hadley was held essentially.
Hmm.
And we also have a coordinated effort with a company called Sig9, which has ties to an ex NFL player and
And
some
someone who was
and some
doing security for an NFL team.
yeah for an NFL team and yeah just and they had ties with law enforcement.
Ex police officers turned private investigators, and a surveillance team that had no background or legitimate background in law enforcement, but they were armed and following them. Actually
Yeah.
moved them and right across the street from them just so that they could watch them. Had cameras pointed at the house to see everything that was going on.
Yep.
Highly intrusive.
Very just very man. Like I couldn't imagine. I really couldn't imagine, but
Yeah, you
it's a
can.
lot. And like I said, well,
You
no,
can
I can,
imagine.
but look to that level, that's something different. Now, what they were trying to do,
You can't go to court and mind your business and go pick up stuff from the dry cleaner without having people film you in the street, sir, and turn it into shorts.
yeah, but that's a whole nother conversation. That's where legally I'm gonna get into. I don't. So you already know I don't talk. Nothing to talk about none of that because you already know they try to use it and no, no. Let me do what I need to do. So I say I can't imagine because the level, the who came after me, they're just weirdos, and that's gonna get dealt with. But the
It's
level of
hard to imagine
intrusion,
that a mother would
yeah,
do that to her child, and that's the thing.
yeah,
These kind of things do happen. And I just wanted to get in here and say this. These kinds of things happen all the time. They do. It's just it goes unnoticed because most people
Yeah.
don't want to believe that these things happened. They
Yes.
just write it all off and chalk it all off as, a bunch of miscellaneous strange events or strange coincidences, or maybe I'm paranoid. These things do happen all the time. But when it's your family that's doing it to you, that's what makes the story so egregious and so heart wrenching.
And then when you have someone who is very powerful, like the CEO of Rock Nation, and they have employees and they have other tentacles. If you guys see the coordination that was really happening with the whole story, like it's crazy. They were tracking her. They lured her to a shipping. What was the place? Because you're familiar with the place in Florida. I forgot the
Yeah,
name of the
well, I mean, it was right outside Hollywood. So,
yeah,
and understand this, she was lured there under the false pretenses of doing a bid for their landscaping business. Like
right.
she went there in a professional capacity to
And
be able
they
to
initially no, go ahead, to be able to what?
secure work for their life.
They were just trying to earn a living, and I think they were both because they're husband and wife at the time, and what? Yeah, they were husband and wife at the time, I believe, and
Yeah.
they were both going to go on this trip, but she decided to just go by herself, or basically just
He
the way God
wasn't
set it up.
feeling well.
He wasn't
He
feeling
wasn't
well.
feeling well. And he told her he had a bad feeling about her going by herself, which is why she insisted on taking the dog.
Yeah,
I
and
remember
that's why I say
that.
you really got to look at the series, y'all, to really like get the whole grasp of what was going on, because it's sad, it's sick, it's crazy. But she went, got lured to a location, and ended up uh, spending time in a mental facility over
Yeah.
some bull crap for real. Now, that's just the gist of the story. If you guys aren't caught up, we got new developments now where I told you sometime back a couple of days ago, most of the litigants in this case, because there's many litigants, they all settled except for Desiree Perez. Now,
And they were dismissed
yeah,
from the case with
yes,
prejudice,
with prejudice.
which means she can never refile these lawsuits again. So I'm hoping and praying that the settlements were fair and that she wasn't held over a barrel. Of course, because of the gag order, we're not allowed to talk to her.
Yeah,
And, that makes some, keeping up with this thing not difficult. The information is there, but it makes it tricky because what we want to make sure that we're doing is that we're sharing really accurate information and not getting anything wrong because this is her life, you know,
yeah, yeah.
and everything is being used against her and her husband.
And, and here we are. What's being used against her now? Um, okay, I think this is the actual old one because I was looking for the new one. Did I download it? I think I did. But long story short, right now, the situation at hand is the only litigant left is Desiree Perez.
Mhm.
So essentially, Desiree Perez is, I would say, what is this? A Hail Mary? Um, hold on.
Not
Okay.
in her
Oh, I
opinion,
just
but
got,
in my opinion, I would say yes.
hold on one second. I just actually, let me download this because I just got proposal. I need to save this. It's business. You already know it's always business.
Thank you, Kat, for
Um,
sharing.
8
For anyone who
p.m.
wants to see
Nope.
the story for yourself, it's right there. Kat is dropping the links in the chat and salute to you. Excellent
Okay.
moderation work. Yvonne asked the question, and I just wanted to say, no, I do not believe that there was any kind of romantic feeling between Desiree or from Desiree towards Javon. Javon, she wanted him removed because he did not fit into her plan for how
Right.
she saw things for Demore. He didn't fit. I think if she was really interested in Javon, she would have found a way to make that happen. She's a very, very persistent woman. And not only that, she wanted to be the one to select who comes in and out of the life. Like, I think what people don't understand is we're talking about extreme narcissism, in my opinion, where this person needs to have absolute and complete control of the entire family. All of the children that are adults work for her, they work for the company. They either work for the foundation or they work under her in Rock Nation. She controls their spouses work for her. Um, she has complete autonomy in how that family is ran. They have to listen to her. They have to follow her every instruction. She pays their bills.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's powerful enough with a network big enough to make sure that they can't work anywhere else or for anyone else if she chose.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah.
So yeah, much more pulpy reality when it comes to that, Yvonne. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot. I was actually, I thought I downloaded all of this situation with Demoria Hadley, but I didn't. But I got the notes here, and we're going to talk about the docket because the discovery is still ongoing. The trial is set for October of 2026. Motions, a lot of motions to dismiss, sanction motions, dispute over social media public statements have been filed, and the most recent development is regarding Demoria Hadley's attorney. So
It's
there's
probably
efforts by
the most disrespectful motion of all, if you ask me.
their their efforts involved, their efforts by the defense to disqualify the attorney in the case, Napoleon Hilton, or they want to alternatively strike portions of the amended complaint because they change the complaint, and of course, that's what they mean, amended complaint. So according to the filings, oh, thank you, Sharon Ray, appreciate you. You're not late. You're on time. You're on time. If you are late, you're on it. A lot of people aren't even talking about this, so you're definitely on it. But this is according to filings. Desiree's legal team alleges that Hilton Napoleon made statements during a April 2026 deposition that supposedly undermine his own client's claims. The defense reportedly argues there are conflicts and credibility issues serious enough to justify removing him as counsel or striking filings tied to the amendment complaint. However, um, as far as the latest publicly available docket information, I don't see Napoleon Hilton actually being removed from the case or him asking to be removed or anything like that. He is on numerous filings throughout the docket, and he's still counsel for Demoria Hadley. Um, Let me see. The most egregious thing they said is Hilton Napoleon confided in them and said something about, "Hey, I don't believe Demoria," and so you go ahead. You go ahead, Jag. I'm actually trying to look for those notes that I wrote for that. But this is what they're saying about what he had
Well,
confided with
to
them,
take it and
and it's
sum
not
it up,
only. Yeah,
You look for the notes, I'll catch them up on the info.
go ahead.
This is too serious to call tea.
No, this ain't no
So
tea.
basically, what's being said is Desiree Perez and her counsel are trying to assert to the court that Hilton Napoleon has turned on his client, that Hilton Napoleon literally came to her and her family speaking disparagingly about Demoray, accusing Demoray of not being honest regarding this case, and him saying that he believed them over his client, which, by the way, he could get disbarred for something like that if he actually did that.
Right, right,
Um, so basically, now they're trying to create a situation and understand this. Apparently, the entire family is now saying that they've heard Napoleon say these things and have all signed affidavits.
right. Not only has it's not only Desiree Perez, it's Juan Perez, it's a couple of the children. Like, wow, wow.
Probably the ones that work for her,
Right,
whose salaries she pays.
right. Do this or else. It sounds like that.
Very simple.
Do this
And
or
Juan
else.
and Juan has a vested interest in making sure that she wins because right now this case is making her the weakest link on an already publicly, as far as public perception is concerned, struggling company.
Yeah,
She's been
yeah,
his number one rider. Like, if she's not out front, he can't be out front. He likes to stay in the shadows. So he has a vested interest in fighting to make sure that she stays cool so that she can keep playing the front while he plays the shadow work in the background.
right, right. Yep. So overall, I mean, you summed it up perfectly. I appreciate that. And yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. Okay, this thing is getting on my nerves. A whole lot of stuff going on. I'm gonna get off this in a minute anyway because I got to get on a call. I don't know why they get at me last minute about it, but I'm gonna get on it. We'll be on here for maybe another 15 minutes, y'all. But again, they said that he made these statements during a deposition, and we don't see anything about him actually removing himself from the case. He's on, he's still there. Rock Nation and Desiree Perez previously sought sanctions, and the court intervened over alleged social media activity tied to Demoria and Javon Hadley. Mediation reportedly failed, and no settlement was reached. So, yeah, there was mediation between Demoria and Desiree Perez. That
That's
didn't work
nothing
out.
new. That's nothing new. What's really
The court,
sad is that they've accused her of trying to shake them down and to create a false media campaign to squeeze $10 million out of her, out of
that's what they're
them.
alleging. That's what they're
And so
alleging.
now that it doesn't look like that's good enough to work, now they want to do the one thing that, in my opinion, narcissists do: get rid of everything around you that loves you and cares about you and protects you, and make sure that you're as vulnerable as possible so they can be in absolute control of everything that's going on. And right now, next to Javon, Hilton Napoleon is probably her greatest protector and defender. Their
Yeah,
greatest protector and defender, of
yeah,
course. And not only that, maybe implant a little doubt, put a little trouble in their professional relationship with him being her counsel and her being his client on, a case that is so intimately personal on so many different levels. Let's just be honest. We've talked to Hilton, and I'm telling you right now, what they're accusing him of is not in his character.
Not at all.
It's not in his character. And if he felt that way, if he felt like from what we got to see of him, if he truly felt that way, he would have resigned from the case. And I think that's what they're trying to do because right now, if they can get him off this case, that will force her in a position where she has no counsel and she'll have to look for counsel. And with the kind of network that they have, they can make it almost impossible for her to find another lawyer,
Exactly.
which means if she can't find another lawyer, the case could be dropped. Like
Right.
with all those Diddy cases.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny when you look at how they disabled and dismantled all of those Diddy cases. It's looking, oh my God.
No, I was right here.
Oh my
Go ahead.
God.
I'm sorry.
That was
Go ahead.
jarring. It's making it look like it's looking like the same pattern. It's looking
Right.
like the same MO. She's literally
Yeah.
trying to crowbar her legal defense away from her. Because guess what? It'll be impossible for them to be able to find another attorney in this amount of time now before the trial, which means
Right.
postponement, postponement, and then they'll start hammering the court down with dismissal, dismissal, dismissal.
Exactly. I mean, if the other litigants in this case, if they've settled already, that should let you know something. I mean, it's not going to be a good. It's not going to turn out good, and I don't even think this trial is going to be long. Like we're gonna see. Yeah, it's. I don't think it's going to be long. I really don't. I don't. They're going to have. There's going to be all kind of issues with this situation. They are
Hence,
in
getting rid,
trouble. They're in
hence,
trouble
hence
for real.
getting rid of Napoleon, getting rid of him. That's the
Will
only
solve.
play they got left.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
If they can force
Yeah.
her to lose her counsel and then put her in a position, because I'm telling you right now, him being there for them and them being able to hire him was a miracle. It was God's work. They said so, we said so. It was God's work. She's in Florida. This
No.
case is in Florida. She'll have to find an attorney that's licensed to work in Florida. Do you honestly think there's any other law firm that she can find that they don't have access to influence?
Right. Exactly. I mean, finding an attorney of his caliber in Florida is already like, come on, it's already. You see who uh Tasha
Lord,
got sanctioned. I don't know how much money. Talk about that later. I want to know how much money. I think it's like something like 150K or something. I'm not sure. I'm gonna look into it. But overall, that is their strategy is to get another attorney, or because if they get someone else that they know and that
that they
person will
can
botch it.
influence,
I mean,
that they can
think about the
influence to
Tory Lane situation.
exactly.
Exactly, the Tory Lane situation. That was. I mean, he got someone who was high profile, but that person was already on the take because she's a part of that network. And it's like, look, check this out. Don't do. You got to be real strategic when you get legal counsel, man. I'm trying to tell you. And Napoleon is the right guy, but they yeah they're playing around. But that's that's their strategy. That's their strategy.
That's why they wanted to push this trial out as far as they possibly could,
Right.
to give them enough time to find a way to dismantle it, to break it down, to do everything that they could do to block any real conversation about this in the public spaces and in social media or media as a whole. They wanted to make sure that it got so quiet that people would forget so that they could do their little work and handle up. But Demore is strong. She's strong. Javon is strong. They are a very strong couple, and I know God is on their side.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's pathetic. Won't settle
Yeah. It's.
because settling looks like defeat. Settling looks like an omission of guilt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm, it's wild.
Indeed, it is, man. It's I mean, we're gonna look into this situation. I'm not sure of when um this latest motion will be, seen. Um,
Somebody made a comment earlier in the chat. I'm not sure who it was. Let me go back and take a look. But they were saying that the Demore docket was being disabled. Oh
oh,
no, Kat
really?
said it. Kat said the Demore docket account on X was disabled. Timing is very interesting. Salute to Kat.
Ah, let me. Well, see, I don't even have it on here. I gotta look at it and I gotta look into it. Wow, if they're really that desperate, wow. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. Very interesting. Um, so the motion appeared that just happened with it's very recent. The responses and the oppositions are likely still being briefed, and the judge has not publicly issued a ruling or clearly scheduled an evidentiary hearing that I can see. So, when you're dealing with federal courts, motions like this are often handled in a few different ways. They decided on papers without a live hearing. They set a motion calendar date like weeks later, or they just refer to the magistrate judge first. And I guess in Southern District of Florida, judges sometimes take weeks after a briefing is complete before setting oral arguments or issue a written order. So right now, the motion is active, but um, cannot be verified. Uh, it can't confirm a hearing or anything like that. So we're just going to wait and see. But yeah, if the Moray docket is being deactivated, that means that somebody is pulling some strings to make sure certain things are not out there.
You want to know
And
what's
there's another
wild?
case.
I'm thinking
Go
about
ahead.
what that numbskull had to say on that GQ this year. We're done playing defense. We're playing offense.
Uh, hmm
And like I said, what's offense look like?
Well, let's see how this Tasha case stuff play out too, because I guarantee you, that's why I need to just again, people. We are really trying to raise this money because we got somebody that can handle up. We just got to get the money. When you're dealing with a network and you're talking about this offense situation, yeah, it sounds like that's their offense. But guess what? Their quarterback got or a running back got a broke leg, so ain't nothing finna pop off. And it looks like whole lot is about to get exposed because, truth be told, that whole $10 million scam and that, like, what do you know about that? What are you talking about? The $10 million whatever, like,
Shakedown.
I know about Reed Smith. I know about the CEO coming after me. I know about that.
It's
I,
just
I,
funny
I,
how these narcissists work because they're always playing victim. They're always playing
right,
victim.
right.
They are the narcissistic, just rabid aggressors. But when they get caught,
They're the
oh
victim.
no, oh no, I didn't
They're
do
victims.
anything
Yeah,
wrong. Like she's still having the audacity to say that Demoria was dependent on substances or that she was an addict in some way. She's still trying to say that Demoria was lying about the imaginary abuse that was not happening to her. She's still
yeah,
lying,
yeah, yeah. Yep.
even though there's evidence
Pathetic.
that there was nothing in her system. Even though there's evidence that she's absolutely sane. Even though there's evidence, it's wild.
Well, less than 5 months. I think. I mean, we're just going to continue to pray for them and pray that they everything works out and everything they get their day in court. That's really all I'm praying for. 5 months. But we knew they were gonna just try to pull something. We already knew this.
Going after Hilton, that's just
That yeah,
that
yeah.
that 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 how do they say it? That's diabolical. Like just
Diabolical. Right. Yeah. Yeah, I can't call it like a phone with no service. It's wild. But they have an image to uphold, like someone said. They have a false image to uphold. And this can't really, see the light of day like it has. So of course, going after you Twitter accounts and YouTube channels and stuff like that. I've successfully had some class action lawsuits launched and won in the past, and I don't brag, but I think we independent, all the independent ones who have been attacked, that we might need to just come together and figure some things out because we got somebody. It's just I'm telling y'all, man, and you can't go up against that behemoth of a organization on some. You can't go get the
if it was as
Chat
simple
GPT
as
top 10 lawyer.
if it was as simple as just, getting out there and swinging, we would have been done that. You have to be so careful when you're fighting these kinds of entities. They have so much working in their favor. But
A
the
whole lot.
idea, no, but the idea of the Demore docket being down, that goes to show you how worried they are because taking the Demore docket down is making sure that the public is cut off from being able to get any real information, any source information, because basically, you know what I mean? Like, how is the Demore docket down and the Diddy docket is still up? How?
Right. I mean, well,
How?
I can tell you how. I can tell you why. I can tell you how.
Because
Hmm.
that's been a place that a lot of content creators have been able to go, one central location. And you know what? If that one's down, maybe we need to figure out another way to find another hub where
Yeah.
everyone can come and get the information.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Well, there's a few others, but I'm going to stay on it. I think for the next 5 months. I think I'm just on it anyway because you know I just want justice to be served, and it's going to happen. Let me get ready because I got to get on this call. I got to handle some business. But y'all hit Jag up with the Cash App or go to her website and donate. I mean, her birthday is in a few days, number one. So show her some love. You know what I mean? And you made a good point. You said if you had, because you got 100, you had 120K subscribers on YouTube. Congratulations, and it's continuously growing. You said if half of your subscribers gave you $1, we'd be straight. You're right, because we'll be able to get this attorney over here. We'll be able to get like it'll be a lot that could be done just off of that. But y'all show her love. Get on over there and just donate whatever you can. Be great.
And share the GoFundMe with anyone who you think would care enough to support this cause. You see what they're doing to Demore. Imagine what they've done to us. Imagine what they'll continue to do to us.
Hmm. Hence why we're trying to. Well, I ain't gonna even say we're trying because we do got good friends in good high places, and we just need to continue to do the work. That's it. They're mad because their whole empire is crumbling.
Well, when a loser is falling down, the one thing they're going to do is make sure everybody else falls with them.
Hmm. We'll be back. We definitely Patreons. Y'all know Wednesday we're gonna go in. I think tomorrow evening though. I think we gotta get something going. I wanna set up something. I'll run it by you, but let me get on this call because this is very important, and business still needs to be.
Yeah.
I'm on the West Coast. Y'all. We'll see y'all. We appreciate y'all, and yeah, y'all be good.
See you
Peace.
next time.